Yeah, if they are not contenders, then football's over.
Like you can't just lose Messi and then we're pretending as if you could win the Champions League.
Yeah, are you sure?
You sneak them in. They don't really.
No, so don't worry, Real Madrid fans. You'll get there in the end. Just
Absolutely.
not this season. We're writing you off completely. We have got Juventus.
Oh Jesus! Let's wind them up. Another one bites the dust.
Oh!
What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Write all
exactly.
them mean comments. I'm over there at the German channel, and if you try it in English, I'm not even reading it.
The return of the Champions League is on the horizon, so of course we are doing Pecking Order, OneFootball's version of the tier list, and today I have got a very special guest as Nico is joining me. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure. So first of all, I want to say, do you know that in the German version we actually call it a tier list? We gave up on the pecking order. We just straight up call it tier list now. So,
Okay.
But this is the pecking order, obviously.
Of course.
How are we doing this? What are we doing exactly?
Okay, so with the Champions League set to return, I thought that we would talk about the top 10 teams. Now, when I say top 10 teams, I know that some people will be like, where's Dortmund?
Where's Frankfurt?
Yeah, exactly. So this is UEFA's kind of seeding of their
So
top
Frankfurt
10.
will be in there.
We'll find out. We'll leave it as a surprise for you. So just talking about how we think that they're going to do in the upcoming Champions League. So we've got 5 categories as usual. Thought we would go with songs, maybe some
Your
that
favourite songs, right?
I wouldn't say favourite. Some that I definitely listen to and may enjoy. And
So my understanding was like there are 5 out of your favourite 6 all-time songs.
Yeah, we can say that. Yeah, of course they are. Okay, so the categories, we have got Simply the Best, of course, by Tina Turner.
Yes.
So this is for teams that we think, will be, trophy contenders, really. Then we've got Don't Stop Believing by Journey, absolute classic.
It's my tune. As I told you before, as a white German, I have to sing that first on a karaoke night.
Mandatory, yeah.
Like
of
I'm
course.
not even allowed. I can't choose anything else because,
So those are teams that we think will get close, but maybe not to, like a final. Then we have got Started from the Bottom by Drake. You like that one as well,
Well, the good version is the one with Wiz Khalifa, and I'm going to pretend we're talking about this one.
That is, teams that we think will be, in the mix beyond the group stage. Yes. Then we've got Survivor by Destiny's Child, an absolute classic. I will not hear you slander Destiny's Child's name, just saying. And those are going to be the teams that maybe, might surprise us. And finally, we have got the Queen classic, Another One Bites the Dust. Teams that maybe won't do too well. So, first up, we have got Bayern Munich.
Woo.
What are you going with?
All right. So, I think that Bayern, new coach, a lot of stuff happening when it comes to the personal changes, transfers. I can't see them actually compete for the title.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't be talking about Bayern München if they wouldn't be somewhere in the mix. So, I think, I'm not even sure. It might be Started from the Bottom actually this season.
Ooh, I was going to go with Don't Stop Believing.
It's clearly one of these two.
Yeah, it's kind of on the... Okay, well, I think that's fair enough. We go for one or the other. Are you sure?
All right,
come on. Yeah? Okay.
I'm sticking with the certified lover boy here.
Okay. Next, we have got Manchester City.
How the did they make it in there?
So
just because they went to Champions League final.
Because they got to the final and they've got to however many quarter finals. So yeah, that's how they made it in. I know.
Right, so as long as Pep Guardiola is their coach, they will compete and at the same time not compete, right? So that will be great until the final and then overthink it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone for Don't Stop Believing because I don't want to be, biased or anything towards Manchester United. So I feel like...
You basically can't say what about Manchester City without people calling you out for being biased,
100%,
right?
exactly.
Right, so then, you know what? Let's wind them up. Another one bites the dust.
Oh!
What are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Write all them mean comments. I'm over there at the German channel, and if you try it in English, I'm not even reading it, so do your best.
There you go. Yeah, I just feel like maybe the final will give them, I don't know, maybe a bit of a boost to maybe do well, but I'm
going to actually back up my case here. Right?
Okay.
So they didn't strengthen the team to the level they wanted to.
Yes.
They actually, I think they're missing at least one option in attack. And I do think that even the best coaches on this planet, and clearly Pep Guardiola is one of the greatest coaches in football history, he changed the game. But even him, he has over the years, there's some wear and tear to it, just like I keep on saying about Jurgen Klopp, and I think they're not going to be as good as last season, and therefore, with Manchester City's, they always have the eye on the prize, right? They want to win it all, I don't think they will even get close. So another one bites the dust.
Well, speaking of Mr. Klopp, we have got Liverpool next, and I feel like you have got something you want to get off your chest here about Mr. Klopp. No?
No. It's like the people know by now I'm not his biggest fan.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the Premier League predictions video. So.
I just, I blame him for some things that go on in German football and world football by now that I don't like, and therefore I don't like him too much. But they surprised me in the early goings of the league.
Yeah.
Even though he got outcoached by 10 players and Thomas Tuchel for 60 minutes.
Yes. So where are we going to put? I was thinking started from the bottom because looking at some of the quality of the still a talented.
You need to name a few favorites too. Like I'm just thinking, feel like I'm super salty.
No, don't worry. We'll get to some good ones. But like, no disrespect to Liverpool, a very talented team. But looking at some of the other teams that they could be up against that are, in my opinion, a lot more talented. So I'm probably just going to go start from the bottom. In that, I think they'll be in the mix. They do have a difficult group, but I think they'll get out of the group stage, but I'm not too sure what's going to happen after that.
So since if my Premier League prediction goes through, so Liverpool will miss out on Champions League football this season. Therefore, I'm actually ranking them in Don't Stop Believing. Because I think the squad is good. It's not a question. It's just not very, very deep. Not very broad. Yeah. And I think if they concentrate on Champions League football, which they will have to do at some point of the season when everything's going south, they might be better than we think. So don't stop believing. They might get close.
Okay, fair enough. Next one, maybe a bit controversial. Barcelona.
All right, so I feel like I'm pissing off everybody here. Why don't you go first?
Okay, so I was going with Survivor just because everyone seems to have written them off completely.
Yeah.
They do still have some good players as a squad. I think they're lacking a lot of depth, to be honest. But maybe because expectations are so low, they'll maybe exceed them and surprise a few people.
Yeah, I mean, you're completely right, actually, because like with the last few months of news about Barcelona, it kind of feels like
it's all doom and gloom, yeah.
Yeah, we would expect them to go with the 0 goals, 0 points, and like basically they didn't even compete. And that's not gonna be the case. I think Survivor is a fair call.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think it's called the Ewing theory. It's like, it comes from US sport.
Okay.
It basically means there's sometimes this effect of a team losing his biggest star, and then they actually grow closer together and they overperform. So,
yeah, I've heard about that, and some talk at Barcelona that perhaps some players are kind of relieved in a way that that the star has left. We'll have to see what happens.
I'm sticking to Survivor.
Yeah, Survivor.
I think it's fair because like you can't just lose Messi and then we're pretending as if you could win the Champions League.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah, that's no.
Okay, next up we have got Chelsea.
Oh, I'm in love with them, so.
I know you do have quite a love for Chelsea, don't you?
But it completely switches for me with English football. So that's like I have no loyalty to any club. I thought I had when I was younger, but I realize I don't. I just switch teams like every other season.
Yeah.
And this season is clearly Chelsea. They're not defending the title though.
Do you reckon?
They're not Real Madrid three-peat level.
No, and I have put them in simply the best regarding maybe getting to a final.
I'm doing the same thing.
But do I think, like we say, it's very difficult what Real Madrid managed to achieve. And as much as they've enhanced that squad, brilliant squad, brilliant manager, as well as the pressure of the Premier League as well, because that I think is going to be pretty tight. Something's got to give. So
I'm simply the best. I think it's the right call. I'm going with that. And obviously, if you're in that, like if you're in the semis and then maybe in the final, obviously you can win it. Everybody can win it then, right? Nobody is going to a final to lose it. But they're not my heavy favorites, but they're certainly in the circle. So I'm going simply the best here.
Yeah. Next up, we have got Real Madrid.
Oh, yeah. What is this? What is Real Madrid?
What is Real Madrid? That is the question.
So Gareth Bale starts for them again in the league. I saw like Karim Benzema is 36 and still playing, and then it's Modric, Marcelo. It's the same team without all the good players, and the rest of the good players that stayed is older. Like I don't get that team.
I'm worried for them. For me, I'm putting them in another one bites the dust.
Same, but I'm saying bounce back season next summer.
Yeah.
Kylian and Erling Braut.
Oh yes.
Like I said on the German channel, I'm going to say it here again. They're getting both Mbappe and Haaland, and then they're going to be unbeatable for 10 years. But another one.
But for this year, it's going to be terrible. Yeah.
I think it is still Real though, right? Sergio Ramos is coming there. Because with Real, I always have the feeling close game. Let's say it's like it's a draw in the 80th minute. I would never bet on the other team, never.
Yeah.
But
I just think it's one of those. You look, like you say, there's a lot of pressure on Karim Benzema's shoulders.
Yeah.
You've got an aging midfield with what you've got Valverde and Camavinga. Yeah, of course. But what you're going to do? Pin all your hopes on Camavinga and Valverde? It's not. And then you look at the defence. Two massive players that they're missing.
We all know how Real Madrid works, and we're going to see them maybe in the Champions League in the knockout stage even, and then out of nowhere Modric starts over Camavinga because
I think that's a fair comment. Another one bites the dust.
It's a how do you say? It's a season that is only leading to the next one.
Yeah. So don't worry, Real Madrid fans. You'll get there in the end. Just
Absolutely.
Not this season. We're writing you off completely.
Still the biggest club in football world.
Of course. Now we've got PSG. I mean, I've gone with simply the best because if they are not contenders, then football's over.
I hate everything about that. I hate everything about that team. But we have to put them there.
Of course. Look at that starting lineup. No. They can't not be contenders for the Champions League.
I do think on paper it's the best football team we've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate to say it. I honestly hate to say it so much, but it's the best football team on paper we've ever seen. I think Donnarumma, somebody nobody talks about, is in my...
He kind of got forgotten with all those transfers, didn't he?
Because they just signed $1 billion super sub. He is, in my opinion, the greatest young goalkeeper on this planet.
100%.
Unbelievable player.
For his age, it's insane.
He's early 20s and he has 300 matches for Milan and I don't know, a few dozen caps for Italy. Brilliant player. Yeah. And we have to put him there. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm praying to God they don't win. I don't believe in God, so that doesn't help maybe, but I hope they don't win.
I get what you mean.
No, I try to win.
Of course. Now we've got Manchester United.
Where did you go first?
I went for
Wait. How did you... You sneaked them in. They're not really in the top 10 clubs.
I promise you, the way that these top 10 are kind of decided is the last 5 years how they have done in the Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League. So because they've been so great in the Europa League, that's how they sneaked in. I promise I didn't put them in there on purpose. I was quite surprised when I saw them.
You won the Europa League twice in that span, by the way, or once. Chelsea won it, you won it? With Mourinho you won it,
We won it with Mourinho. We did not win it last season. Thanks for reminding me of that.
Who was the final? It was you versus?
Villarreal.
Oh, that was Gerardo Moreno.
Thanks for reminding me of that.
That was great.
But we've got them in the group stage, and we will redeem ourselves. So I'm not worried. But
it's a great team.
A great team. I've gone for Don't Stop Believing because I just think that they've made some amazing moves in the transfer window. Their defence, that one kind of final part of it that they were lacking, they now have in Varane, in my opinion. You've got Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka, both brilliant players. Yes, the midfield is leaky.
And Victor Lindelof.
Of course, how could I forget? But looking at their attack now, they actually have so many brilliant players and they finally have a little bit of squad depth. They've been lacking that squad depth. And the only reason why, for me, yes, of course, there's always going to be a tiny 1% of bias, but the only reason that I wouldn't consider them potentially further up, I mean, I think Don't Stop Believing It is high enough for them, but
you guys don't even know how Champions League smells by now.
Yeah, exactly. But I just think that it's the manager that maybe might let them down because getting somebody to a Europa League final versus a Champions League final is a completely different ball game.
This is last season, don't worry.
But
I'm convinced. I'm convinced. But I'm sticking to the Don't Stop Believing thing. I think it's the right call. Also because just once again on paper, can't look at the team and don't think
you're not going to get to a quarter-final or semi-final. It would
going to be on Martial's shoulders.
All on Anthony Martial's shoulders. Him and Fred are just going to absolutely carry this team. That's all I can say.
Yeah, but this Fred, has he played this season? He does, right?
Yeah, he scored an own goal not that long ago.
So whatever United does, Fred ends up in the team, right?
Somehow.
You paid a lot for him back then.
We did pay a lot for him. Don't remind me. Please don't remind me.
Best transfer business. Yeah, no, I'm saying Don't Stop Believing.
They've redeemed themselves this season with the transfers.
And I'm going to say it. I'm looking forward to a strong Manchester United again.
Me too.
I want to see European nights where Manchester United looks like an absolute juggernaut that reminds me of back in the days where you watch the team and you don't...
You're getting to, you're on the 80th minute and you're not in fear with anxiety for them. You're actually thinking, they could score another 2 goals. That's the kind of feeling, as a fan anyway, that I miss. Okay, our final 2, we have got Juventus.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. That's the worst. That's the worst Juventus I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm going with another one bites the dust. Especially when you look at that group that they're in. You know, with Chelsea, all it takes is a slip up with the other two teams. It's Zenit and is it Malmo as well. All it takes is a little slip up, and they could end up either not getting out of the group or getting in second, which means that in the round of 16 they're going to face a really tough team, and my hopes are not high, unfortunately.
Nah. Juventus is like, they just woke up in Las Vegas with a huge hangover and they're realizing they're completely bankrupt.
Yeah.
That's like, they tried to play with the big boys in the last few seasons, you know, like they tried to keep up with them, and then they realized, we don't even
and they
have the
still
money.
managed to fail.
Yes,
So.
and now it's a broken team. Like I don't like Juventus at all, and I'm completely agree with you. Another one bites the dust. Now, did I put a team in every single one? I'm not sure. We're gonna see it right now. I see.
You were quite critical towards the beginning, so I think there should be a good mix, hopefully.
Okay. But look, we put Juve, Barca, and Real in rather in the bottom
low
tiers.
down, yeah.
Oof. But well, that's football. Football is changing.
It is.
And, PSG is up there.
Okay, the final one, Atletico Madrid.
Oh, they're playing too. Huh? They actually have a decent squad.
They do have a very good squad. And I think that they will definitely be in the mix. I've gone from starting from the bottom because I think they will be in the mix. But again, they're in a tough group. You know,
I once again agree. You're putting everything.
Yeah, and I just think that they might have a tough time and end up going out in the round of 16 again, maybe. So,
which would be classical. Typical Atletico, that's what it used to be. I know they went to the Champions League final and lost to Real, I'm aware.
Yeah.
But I think so too. I think they strengthened their attack a little bit, which is a great idea because it was their weakness. But then on the other hand, they might have forgotten while doing that they have a coach that puts zero interest into offense. So, you know, that might be a lost cause there. So I'm saying, start from the bottom. It's one of these teams though, Atletico, nobody wants to play them ever.
No.
And you know, if they start a run maybe, anything could happen. I kind of feel like this year it's open.
It is very open, which I like. I like that idea.
Because, like, obviously PSG is the heavy favourite, right?
Yeah, but excluding them, there's a lot of good teams in the mix that could cause some real upsets, and I'm feeling pretty excited. This was a good tier list. I'm so glad that we've got to do a tier list together. This has been
finally
good, And
I wasn't invited on the English channel anymore. Like,
no. Well, we're changing things up now. Bringing you back in.
Basically, Ryan keeps on saying we can't bring Nico and producer
Ryan.
Ryan.
Producer Ryan's fault. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you for joining. Thank you to everyone for watching. As always, check out all the other content that we have got that is floating around our heads right now. And until next time, I will see you all later.